Good day, Raj. Nice to have you back.
Good day,
Now
good day,
that we
man.
are into the now that we are in the playoff situation, we thought we'll discuss individual teams that didn't make the cut. We had a small session with the CSK. Now is a good time to speak of the other team, which actually ended up as the last team in the table's point, which is Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals, for me, didn't have all that bad IPL. They were good in parts. They had a terrific foreign four players, which they managed to stumble onto. And towards the end, they also managed to play well. And as we kept talking about, they played with a lot of freedom towards the end. Even in the last match, when they lost pretty tamely to KKR, they went out because they went for the runs in the sense that we always wanted them without any care. And their batting unit revolved around those foreign players, and their bowling unit was centered on Jofra Archer, and that was their strength and that was their weakness. So, without without me taking away all those talking points, it is better you also get into the discussion and start off with what are your views on Rajasthan Royals.
So I think you, like you said, you summed it up pretty well. See, Rajasthan Royals probably had a terrific, how do I put it, a sort of a terrific set of overseas players, guys who could actually win you matches on their day. I mean, what do you say when you have Steve Smith, Jofra Archer, Josh Butler, and Ben Stokes in your team? I mean, they can win you matches, and three of them were part of the World Cup winning English World Cup winning team, right? What better can you ask for? No, for me, the simple thing was that the support cast just didn't do enough. Plus, like you mentioned about some of the selection shenanigans, I again couldn't figure out why certain changes were made at certain times. It was almost like they were just picking and choosing. Okay, who came next? So who's in my line of sight? Okay, I'll pick that person for today. Just didn't sort of make sense to me. That is what I felt about the team as such. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah. Before we talk in detail about the problems of Rajasthan Royals, they were lucky to find a new star, Rahul Tewatia. He is not just his batting, which of course was quite spectacularly evident against Kings 11 Punjab, where he, from being an absolute villain, he became an amazing hero in the space of say around 10, 11 balls. The whole thing changed. That was kind of a transformation, Bollywoodian transformation. But more than that, his bowling also was getting good as the tournament wore on. That became very good, and apparently he is among the only two players who scored more than 200 runs and taken more than 10 wickets in an IPL edition. The only player to have done that before was apparently, any guesses? It's apparently Rohit Sharma.
Shabash.
No, around. Yeah, exactly.
Rohit Sharma has taken.
It is not a statistics I knew of. I read it somewhere.
So I have one more player.
He has taken around 6 wickets, not 10 wickets, 6 wickets.
So I have one more player who I mean, Indian player who actually I think he's a great find. He's a great person to sort of invest in. Kartik Tyagi.
Exactly.
Right.
I know whom you are talking about. Yeah, exactly.
So Kartik, see, for me, Kartik Tyagi. See, for me, what happened was that Kartik Tyagi came into the team. Now the point was that he wasn't bowling. I don't think they defined roles very clearly for bowlers. Somewhere I felt that, because Kartik Tyagi has taken wickets. He leaked runs, but then he's only 19 years old. So could he have been that guy who was opening the bowling with Jofra Archer all through the IPL? Because you have Jofra Archer at one end who was going for 3 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs in his first 2 overs. So logic defines that when you have a bowler like that, there is a good who was bowling. Ankit Rajput was going for plenty. Unadkat was going for plenty and more. So whoever came in was going. Varun Aaron, quick, everything fine, but then he sprays it all over the place. He was going for plenty. Kartik Tyagi was one guy whose first 2 overs, if you look at it, would be pretty decent. Nobody went after him as such in the IPL. So did they miss a trick was my question. Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm just leaving it there. So what happened?
Only thing, only thing that Karthik Tyagi was missing was experience. Of course, he's a kid, so you cannot expect him to have had the experience. So he's learning. But what he showed was he was a quick learner. Especially right at the start, he was not getting those wide Yorkers right. But towards the end of the tournament, he was getting them right on the dot.
See, my point, Bala, is that wide Yorkers can be bowled at any time in a game, right? It's not that you need to bowl the wide Yorkers only in games over 16, 17, 18, 19 exactly. Or 17, 18, 19, 20, right? You can bowl anytime. So the guy comes on board. See, it will happen. If you remember the Srinath Prasad story of Indian cricket, Srinath used to bowl express. I mean, he was bowling 140, 145 clicks. So Prasad would get wickets because he would just bowl line and length. So if you had Jofra Archer and this guy, maybe that could have been a technique which, I mean, it just didn't happen there. So for me, I think it's also a question of
one of the oldest cliches in cricketers. Fast bowlers hunt in pairs. You need a supporting act on the other end for so somebody like Jofra Archer to be effective. So unfortunately, Jofra Archer didn't get that support act from the other end in this edition. I mean, Karthik Tyagi was not, for no fault of his, he was pushed into a role which was not very clear for him.
Correct. And he was doing different things in different matches, is what I'm saying. Andrew McDonald as coach probably, or head coach or whatever he was, I think either he didn't know Indian players or Indian cricketers. See, I mean, if I'll give you a typical example. When you are listening to commentary, the one person who seems to know a lot about Indian cricketers, young Indian cricketers, is none other than Ian Bishop. No, if he has that ability, if he has the ability to research and find out what's wrong with these guys. So you can't build it. And then in every IPL team or team that has won the IPL has been built around an Indian core. Unfortunately, RR didn't have an Indian core. Indian core was, I mean, the core was the four foreign players around which these Indian guys were revolving like satellites. The fact that Rahul Tewatia and a few others sort of...
That is lopsided.
Yeah, it was lopsided. That's the point. Rahul Tewatia and a few others broke into that as credit to them. But I think the entire system, and to me, the entire way they were going about it was quite weird, actually.
See, 7 players should drive the 4, man. The 4 should not drive them. It's like tail dragging the dog. That doesn't work. That looks silly.
And one poor tail had come all the way from New Zealand. Exactly. He was having time bagging himself. I'm talking about Ben Stokes.
And unfortunately, Rajasthan, apart from the... you're right. And Rajasthan also had a problem with spinners because they didn't have a... See, during the middle of the tournament, when spinners were getting into the act, Rajasthan Royals didn't have a gun spinner.
Yeah. Correct.
That is one of the problems. Shreyas Gopal was thereabouts. He was good, but without actually winning you matches or totally putting a block on the opposition's flow of runs. That didn't happen.
Correct.
So Shreyas Gopal, I wouldn't be too critical of him, but he's not the guy you talk of when you're talking about spinners, impressive spinners. He wouldn't make the top 5.
So that is the funny part. You mentioned it earlier. Despite Shreyas Gopal being there, if we are talking about Rahul Tewatia's spin, obviously there is something missing there, right? Isn't it? I mean, Rahul actually emerged as a better spinner.
Mentored by
Shane Warne. Which was equally...
Exactly.
So maybe Shane Warne mentors only those...
That is the thing.
Maybe Shane Warne mentors only those who are mentorable. I don't know whether that word exists, but then... So Rahul Tewatia was mentorable, and Shreyas Gopal probably needs to sort of ask himself what happened. See, some of these players need to ask themselves that question. See, to me, there were quite a few players who... Robin Uthappa is one. I mean, Robin Uthappa, okay, even when he initially... I mean, we were talking that he was coming in the middle, he is not suited for that. Every time Uthappa got dismissed in this IPL, it was a fault. It was his bad shot, not the bowler getting his wicket. So there was consistency in the way the dude got out. I mean, he needs to ask himself, what am I doing? He hits a 6 and then he goes up for the exactly the same
he
shot.
has to ask himself several other questions.
Like what?
He has to ask himself several. Yeah, Sanju Samson is also their strength, and just as Rahul Tewatia was, Sanju Samson also had a very good tournament right up front and right at the end. Somewhere in the middle, he went missing.
Yeah. So again, see,
that's where Rajasthan Royals lost a clutch of matches.
Yes. And you look at it, see, there was a situation, see, Rajasthan Royals ending at the last, that also is sort of ironical because, I mean, they were middling, they were continuously giving out middling performances. They would win a one, lose two, like that. And when they won a couple of matches, they won it in style, really in style. And then they lost in style and ended up at the bottom of the
They
pile.
stamped their authority.
Yeah. And when they lost, they ended up at the bottom of the pile.
You're right, because if you are really honest about your assessment of this IPL, you'll certainly say RR is not the team to finish at the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, despite being a CSK fan, I would say in terms of performance, CSK was much more weak or much more tepid. Their performance was much more lukewarm.
Yeah.
So CSK but it didn't end up as the bottom place team.
Yes.
Only RR did. Because as you said, they went for the kill in the last. That happens. But this is certainly not this is not the last place team because they had in them far better things to have done better.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it didn't happen. It's one of those things.
So I think.
But this is the first time they are finishing as the last place team.
So there are quite a few firsts. I think we'll leave it there. So what I would say is for the next IPL in the April 1, I think what they should do is they should actually define key roles for Indian players. Maybe if Uthappa is there and he's as I mean he gets more eager to prove a point. I mean because he's also getting on in age, he doesn't have too much of time. If he has that urge in him, he probably needs to be opening regularly with whoever else, and because you can't change the team, and then you need to assign key roles. For example, Kartik Tyagi needs to be your top bowler. Tewatia needs to be your top first spinner. We need to sort of make certain adjustment and say, okay, these are my key Indian players, 4 guys from the foreign who are excellent without doubt. Even in their sleep, they can win you matches, and aim for the best next time. And I think when the auctions come, I think like you said for CSK, I would say they need to sort of have maybe 2 players or 3 players out of this you retain, and then hope for the best after that. And I would retain 2. Yeah, I would retain 2 foreign players and 2 Indian players. I mean, I would actually retain Tewatia. I would actually retain Kartik Tyagi. Jofra Archer, I wouldn't let go for. I mean, unless you have some data where he's.
I let go Rajasthan Royals and retain Jofra
Archer. Yeah, exactly. And I would probably retain one of Ben Stokes or Butler. Steve Smith probably is not on my list as of now. So that is the way it is. Who can be captain? I think anybody can be captain, man.
You're right.
Captaincy is not a big deal in IPL.
As a batsman also, he had only a couple of good matches.
Good match, yeah.
So
I would put it that
But
way.
it is good that Kartik Tyagi is going to Australia as a standby.
Yes.
As a part of the contingent.
So which is what I say.
That will stand him in good stead.
Yeah, which is what I'm saying. The cricketing acumen that the BCCI selection committee seems to be far better than what the RR had when they had them in the guy in the team and didn't play properly. So I'll put it that way.
But to say that BCCI's think tank is slightly better than somebody else, that bar is pretty low, man.
I know. No, so see, I'm assuming that the bar will sort of get the benched higher. I mean, we have had situations where, even when the 1983 cricket team was selected, everybody was. I remember the media coverage that came. So they were all criticizing. So many other players were supposed to have been there. Why so many all-rounders? Blah blah blah. And then suddenly they come back and you look pretty stupid.
Exactly. 1985 when we won the World Series Cup also.
Yes, same thing happened.
Same thing. And R. Mohan wrote a stinging article against the selection. And Gavaskar remembered it and he mentioned it in his book.
I know.
It's a fortune at R. Mohan.
I know.
That kind of you get the bragging rights when you win. When you win matches, you get the bragging rights.
Which is okay. Which is what I'm saying. See, which is why I also always say cut some slack to the selectors because they are doing a thankless job. I mean, you can always see the best of, like we say, the best of judgments only satisfies half the people, half the affected parties. I think that's the way it is. Exactly. So anyways, good stuff. I think we'll leave it there for RR also, and better luck next time. I mean, see the good part of this IPL was all teams were bunched up to quite close to each other. I mean, we couldn't sort of differentiate. So nice. So thanks. I think once again, I think we'll wind up with this.
Wind up.
Thanks and see you.
Keep watching our shows. Keep
Yes.
liking us, giving us, leave your comments. And if you want to join our show, do let us know.
Most welcome. I mean, because this is your show, this is not ours. I mean, if we are bits, you are the banter, or if we are banter, you are the bits. I mean, you can figure it out. So
Okay.
on
That
that,
was kind
on
of
that
corny.
profound note, on that profound note, we'll wind up.
Thank you, Raj.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks.
bye.
Bye.